Ready.
Okay, I will, Chris.
Recording's going.
Okay, so we're going to start off. It's our team call. It's January 29th. I can't believe it's already the end of January. We're going to keep the recognition and welcome part really short so that we can get to the base of this. I was telling Jeremy earlier, I have to leave at 6:55 to go pick up my kids, so he may end up winding this call down for me when you guys are done, unless I get back before you guys are done. I know there's a lot of great info that's going to be shared. That being said, because we are so close to the end of the month, I do want to do quick recognition for Success Club and rank advancements because today, Kristen Lagoni advanced to Emerald, so that's super, super exciting. Molly Fair is killing it at 16 Success Club points. Jessica Briones is at 8. Sorry, my dog's eating something. Stop it. Go away. I finally hit Success Club 6 after a long month of working with that. And Georgie LaBelle is hanging in there at 5. So that is awesome for our team. But what I find more awesome, and with 2 full days left to hit Success Club for the end of the month, we have 5 people at Success Club 4. So there's 5 people that just need 1 more point. Now, these are stats as of what my office is showing now. So some of you may have points that haven't reported yet. So if that's the case, good job, and we'll report them at our next call. So 5 people are at 4. We have 4 people at 2. So keep contacting, keep inviting, just keep it up, because I have gone from 0 to 15 in 1 day before. So it is totally possible to do that. It's just all hits at once and everybody starts messaging you back. So make sure you're doing your daily 3 vital behaviors. So, okay, with that, I'm going to wrap up what I have to say. Chris disappeared. It's gone. So I'm going to send a chat message to him. Okay, Chris, we are ready for you. All right, so when he gets back, he will take over that until he comes back and reads that. I will remind everybody that tomorrow I'm going to be somewhat in and out of availability. I'm trying to limit it to just the really vital things that I have to be a part of. Just because it's going to be like an all-day family thing. So, so Chris is back, so we'll let him take over. So you. He's actually down there for me, so I don't know if you guys can see him.
Okay, you guys ready? All right. I'm just going to talk out loud, and hopefully this works out. When you guys are doing Facebook and you guys are starting a page, the hardest thing to do is to get that page to go. And part of the problem is with Facebook, it's called an algorithm. The way the internet works, it runs off of, for Facebook itself, it runs off your posts, it runs off your likes, and then it runs off of comments. And as you guys are having others involved with the comments and the likes, it actually has a rating system. And with your text or your pictures or whatever you put up there, as more people like and comment, what it does is it'll send it out to a handful of people on your post, and if people start liking it, then it sends it out to 5 or 6 more, and then before you know it, once it gets to a certain threshold, it'll completely let it go, and then it'll go to everybody's feed, and it'll be at the top of their feed. And that's where sometimes you'll see a post take off, and it'll have 35 or 40 comments and 20 or 30 likes on it, and then others will only have 1 and 2. As for this post up there, there's always a clock ticking. And it goes by time. The longer it takes for somebody to hit a like or a comment or a post or something, your actual post starts dying into Facebook and it gets buried in the news feed. So I've had to learn that through Facebook and with my photography page. And I also learned it through YouTube that there are certain things you can do to help it out. What Kristen and I have been doing on our page is if you actually have an actual page on Facebook, not like off of mobile, but actual off a computer, as you go in there and you're the admin, you can click yourself out of the admin and put yourself back as the as your own person, as Chris or as Kristen, then you can share it and like it, and it will spread onto your news feed. It will spread onto Kristen's news feed. And as her friends and stuff start seeing it, the link that comes with our shared post starts going into their news feed. And basically, we're kind of force feeding it to them. And it's the easiest way to try to get your page to launch, because the hardest thing about starting a page on Facebook is to get it started. When I did my photography page, I had to beg and plead for people to like it and comment. And it took me close to, I don't know, 6 months. And I wouldn't do it every day to ask people to like and comment, but like at least once or twice a week I would. And over time, as it got going, it started getting a repetition. And then after that, now it takes off on its own. I can put a photo up there and it'll take off. And same thing with what I'm trying to do with our page now is we're trying to incorporate photos with text, because a photo will usually grab your eye in a news feed faster than a text will as you're scrolling through, even on a phone. And so what you try to do is implement a text with a photo so it will catch the person's eye. And it's just tricks I've learned of trying to manipulate the system, because it tries to always constantly bury you. And if you can find ways around that, and the way I've learned to do it is with pictures and with text and combining them together, and then jumping out of our page and going into individuals again. Kristen put a post up. It had one person that looked at it, and I told her, hey, jump out, get on your computer, jump out, go in as Kristen, share it, like it. The minute somebody comments on that photo, like their comment, and it will push it again, and then hopefully it'll push it into somebody else's feed. Well, it started out at 1, 10 minutes later it was at 18, and I think a half an hour later it was already at 40 people. So it's constantly started to get pushed through Facebook. I mean, granted, we don't have a lot of people on there. There's 152 and not a whole lot of feedback on it, but that's how I had to start getting my photography page to take off. And it works. It's a slow process. If you think you're going to put a post up there and everybody's going to run to it, they won't. They won't even see it. That's the problem. Is you have to figure out a way to manipulate Facebook. And what you can do in all reality, if you want something like that to happen, is you tell your friends and family, hey, I'm going to post something at 7. Look for it. And when you do, just do me a favor and just like it. And just put a small comment on there, like I like that or whatever, and then go back and hit their comment. Because what it does is, as you're doing that, I have a Facebook friend, her name's Kelsey Ford. She liked it. So I hit like on hers, and all of a sudden it pops up into her news feed, and now all her friends are seeing it, and it's a big spider web is what it is. That's what you're trying to do. Because if you just let it sit there, it'll die. You get a handful of people. I mean, there's posts that Chris and I put up. 8 people have only seen it. And then I took the one of her story and I shared it and actually asked people to share it, spread the word around and stuff like that. It has, on my photography page alone, that one post that she put up there has 400 views. And I don't know what it has on our page, but it works. And the problem is when on your personal, like Facebook page, they don't have what's called insight. And I wish I could put up a picture of it, but I can't get my printer to work. If you actually have a Facebook page and you look at Insight, that is really probably the best way to do something like that, is because it'll break it down into your posts, and then you can go into people, you can go into times. And once you go into the times, if you look, it'll actually show you when people start looking at your posts, what time of day, what time of night. And then it'll break it down into if they like it, if they're commenting on it, or if they're sharing it to you. And then all those things are what Facebook looks at. Basically you're looking at the back end of Facebook with one of those pages on Insight. And there's a lot of information in there if you can learn how to figure it out. So on that part, I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll have to read them on the text because I can't hear anybody.
Okay, so
Sure.
I just wanted to quickly add that what he's saying, I see proof of that working just through my posts and the support we get from our team. So don't be afraid to ask the team to go. Like, go on our team page, say, hey, I just posted my story. Can you guys please go like and comment on it? And then share it. Go to the bigger team page, the Desert Stars page, and ask for support. All the coaches are there to help you anytime you need it. So poor Chris has no idea what I'm telling you guys right now. He's just hoping it has something to do with what he just said. So just make sure, and this is a lot to take on. So bottom line, like, comment, and support each other's posts as much as you possibly can. So if you ever see a teammate post something, like and comment. It's so important to help them drive their business up. Okay, so back to you, Chris. Okay, so Kimberly's first question is, okay, wait.
Okay, I've got it on my phone. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll stick it to the camera as best I can. But if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a thing that says Insight on there.
Yeah, it's not going to be very clear. It's too blurry. Hold on, let me. Okay. Go look at your pages, and everybody has a like page. Just go explore around.
And, well, it's not going to work. Anyways, I'll just read it to you guys. Okay, for our page alone, it says total page likes, 158. That's 5.3% that it's come up. New page likes, 8, so it's gone down 94.8. But what you're looking at too is what's called total reach. That's how many people are actually seeing your posts. Ours for this page alone is up to 760 right now. And the post reach for each post is 669, and people engage. There's a lot of info on there, and if you take that info and you actually watch it, it'll go in a graph. It'll start going up and down. And if I could get a printout of my photography page, it'd be a lot easier because it's 2 years old, so it has a lot of ups and downs in it, and it's easier to track. And I can actually download one of the things on it, which is actually pretty neat, it's on your right side of the page on Facebook. So yes, yeah, that's what me and Kristen are trying to do, because in all reality, what matters to you is what we started it with, and it's basically, in a nutshell, we can be ourselves in it. We're not pushing all of Beachbody. We can show, what we're trying to do is grab people in, and at the same time say, hey, this is what matters to us. And if we influence a couple people and bring them in, well, that's what we're trying to do. It's a page basically that her and I made, where this is, we're trying to change our lives, eat healthy, exercise, and in all reality, they're slow go, guys. I mean, they take forever to finally get off. But once you get your friends, and the hardest part is to get people to interact. Once you do that, your page will take off on its own. It starts growing beyond belief, and you'll end up getting, depending on how popular it is, anywhere from 5 to 10 people a week will jump on there. How to do a professional page. If you go on to Facebook and you look on the left-hand side, you'll see where it says, I wonder if I can get out of here. Hey, Cindy, is there a way I can get out of this thing where I don't lose you guys and look on the computer itself?
Yeah, so at the top, you should have a minimize button.
Give me a minute. Okay.
Screen share is a good idea. I don't know if everyone has the option for that. Here,
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm going to do a screen share really quick and go into my page, and then you can see us, right, Chris? You can't hear me. I keep forgetting that.
Okay. Anyways, guys, on here. On the left-hand side of Facebook, whether it be your personal page or whatever, you'll look on the side, and
a little more complicated than it needs.
okay, that'll work.
All right, so he should be able to see what we're seeing.
There's a little tab on there that says create a page.
You click here. Can you all see that? So then you'll click create a page. I don't know if Chris can see that. These are the options to create your page. I use this one here, public figure, because or cause or community for health products. But you can do whatever you want. There's no wrong way to do it. And then when you click in one of these, it'll ask you to fill in the information. This takes less information is the other reason I use that one for myself. And then when you get started, it walks you through setting it up. Okay? Stop sharing, we'll go back to Chris. For all of you guys that are interested in doing a page, I think, I will personally help you guys with that too after this, like next week, after this call's over. No problem.
I have seen Facebook pages that Kristen has showed me of some of the huge coaches and their mobile sites, and they look totally different than a Facebook site. Mm-hmm. When you're on a mobile, if you actually look up in the upper right-hand corner, it'll say m/Facebook, and that's a mobile site. I do not know how to do those. I have no clue. I play with my laptop. It goes wherever I go. And so those to me are a lot easier because the mobile it looks really weird on the screen. And I don't know how many people use their phones for Facebook versus laptops. I've never really done that kind of research. But I know that you have more, from what I've seen, you have more options with an actual Facebook on a computer than you do a mobile, because mobile is an app. You can only put so much on it before, there's not enough room on the phone, as versus a computer, you're actually using Facebook's site to where, in my opinion, there's a lot more stuff you can do. And another thing, when you do create a page, what you want to do is find what's called a niche, which is basically what we do as fitness, and we try to help people. And so with the niche, you want to go look around in all the other pages that you can find on Facebook. I've already searched for like 2 or 3 times and there's hardly any out there. So the good thing is now you got a niche that you can start, and once you get going, you start combining all the pages together. What you do is, it's called share a page. And in my photography page, I have like 15 different photographers that I share their page on my page. And what it does is, in the right-hand corner, it'll just scroll through every now and then as people watch it, and their little page will show up. It'll say like TJ Throne Photography, or it'll say, one of the other photographers. And if they want, they can click on it and they'll actually go to their site. And what you do is you ask them to put your page on theirs, and so anybody that goes to their page, it will scroll. And what it does is it rotates them, I think, like it puts 5 or 6 up there. And depending on how many you have, it just keeps rotating. So those same 5 don't always stay up there, and they rotate around. That's another good way to get pages to interact with each other, because all you're trying to do is grab as many people in as you can when you're first starting. And then once you get a niche, basically, of people like following you guys, and the thing that Kristen has always told me, and I think it makes a lot of good sense, is be open and honest with people and use your feelings. Every time I wrote a story in my photography, she goes, write it from your heart. She goes, because you'll grab a lot more people's attention. You know what? She's right. I can put a post up there, I shot this yesterday. or I can sit there in a couple of stories that we've written about on our trips up the coast. Those seem to take off like crazy because people start feeling like they're connected to you in one way or another. And so, what does that say? There's a Facebook app. See your other messages forward from that app. Oh. And so, that's just the stuff I've learned. I mean, there's a lot that I've learned from YouTube about keywords, which is like, that gets real complicated. I mean, a niche is basically what we're in. It's fitness and trying to help people out. And then you also have, the different, what they call an algorithm. And then they have, I sent Cindy the article on, maybe she can put it on the page, of truly what Facebook does with their rating system of how they look at your post. It goes by time. If I remember right, it's time, how many likes, and how many comments. It's a wild article on how these guys build this stuff. And their thing is they want to keep it in front of your face, the stuff you want to see. So if it's something that the computer doesn't think you want, it gets kicked out of there. So the good thing is if you research Facebook and all their posts and stuff, there's a ton of killer information out there. And that's basically what I do. I just try to read and educate myself. And I've been doing it now for quite a while. And I used to do it on YouTube, and now I'm switched over and gone to Facebook. But, that's basically just scratching the surface. I mean, I can get really in depth in it, but people probably get absolutely confused.
Good job. That is excellent information. I know you can't hear me. I wish you could. Okay. Okay, and I know there's some of you that this is going to be like a lot of information. Just listen to it and then store it in the back of your mind, because it's going to make sense to you. I promise. I am like riveted by what he's saying, actually, because this is right where I'm at. One thing I wanted to share is this book. I wish it wasn't all backwards. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. It is amazing. It talks about all the different social medias and how to effectively market in them. And it's pretty much everything that Chris just said. Oh, good. It's not backwards. It's backwards to me. So. Yay. Amazing technology. So if you want to get this book, it's fantastic. I'm using it right now to learn Instagram, but you can learn, it's got a huge chapter on Facebook. And it basically says exactly what Chris just said. The undertone of the whole book is that you are sharing stories about who you are and relating to people, which are your jabs. So your jabs are story about me, story about me, story about me, how I relate to you. Right hook is, okay, now I'm going to ask you to take action and join my group. And then by setting that foundation, you are bringing people in, and they're actually, accepting themselves into your group and not even realizing they're doing it. It's not a sales pitch. It's I want to do what she's doing because I'm just like her and she's successful, so I can be successful. So read this book. I highly suggest it. Poor Chris, he's probably like, what is she talking about? So I feel so bad. So great stuff. I will post those articles on the thing. Chris will be doing some more advanced training with the Diamond Group. And feel free to reach out to him and ask him questions. I know he wouldn't mind answering them. If you want to do a professional page, message me. We'll figure out how to get that rolling. The idea is to get it set up and rolling so you get 100 likes. You need 100 likes to be able to market and pay for advertising on Facebook, which is what's really boosted my business. Almost all of the active working coaches outside of maybe 3 that I have right now, I met through Facebook. So it is possible. So awesome job. I'm going to give Chris a quick message. Okay, I don't want to leave him sitting out there in the dark, poor guy. So everybody have a great night, and don't forget you still have 2 full days to hit Success Club. So, or to rank advance. Even if you do rank advance before Friday, I can call and we can have that rank forced to last Wednesday so that you still get all the benefits of being Emerald by the end of the month. But it's going to take a phone call, so we need to hit it as soon as we possibly can. Okay? Okay, I think Chris might be typing. He looks like he is. Sorry, I couldn't hear. Awesome. Okay, goodbye.